You are now listening to Lady Adenium. Kick back and enjoy the ride. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Lady Adenium. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about femininity versus feminism. When it comes to the divine feminine, it comes down to healing and preparing oneself to be a receiver. I had to learn through trial and error, and I make it my business to surround myself with feminine energy. Darling, being a feminine woman is more than looking the part. It's more than putting on heels and a shapely, sexy dress. It's more than putting on a dab of makeup with your hair and nails looking sleek and slayed. It's more about healing, loving oneself, forgiveness, and going through a wondrous journey of being the best version you can be. Ladies, let the men have masculinity. God knows they need it. If you are a lovely lady tuning in, I suggest listening to channels such as Chloe and Real Talk with Yanni. I am still on my feminine journey, so listening to like-minded individuals reminds me that I am not alone, and that there are women like me out there who want the same as I do. Now, I never wanted to take on the masculine role, but I was being groomed to due to the lack of true femininity and masculine guidance within the household. Growing up, I was taught that men ain't worth a damn, but yet I am to help a man be a man. Darling, in what world does that make sense? That is called the spirit of confusion. We can't find strong masculine men out here because many men were raised to be receivers, not protectors or providers. However, I'll leave that for another topic. Let's talk about feminism and how it's devaluing us as women. When I think about feminism, I don't think of women empowerment in this day and age. I think of men hating, hypersexualized, angry little trolls screaming for equality, but end up despising being equal to men. Granted, I will not discredit first and second wave feminism, since back then in those times, women weren't valued or even considered human. They were an afterthought, pretty much like property. Honey, I can sympathize with women from the past because it was dehumanizing to be treated as a disposable toy. Being a woman myself, I can understand the pressure society also puts on us. But I am not a woman who desires to live in a world without men. Third-wave feminism is just that, a world without actual men, just spineless, angry, envious, violent, manipulating, self-hating, opportunistic soy boys demanding the respect of a man but offering nothing. I don't know about you, but that sounds depressing. No matter if a woman is a homemaker or a CEO of a company, she yearns for a masculine man she can respect, someone who makes her feel safe, sensual, and secure. If we are all equal, we won't get that perk of being a woman. Feminism in that regard has failed us and does not serve in our best interests. Acting like a man takes away your femininity, honey. All you'll be left with is an undesirable, whiny boy who expects you to be his mama and superwoman while he has easy access to your precious yoni. No, ma'am. I refuse to be openly taken advantage of. You want this cookie, sugar? You better work for it. If not, you can keep those grubby hands out the cookie jar. Oh, and ladies, I must express this. Conveying your tainted thoughts onto children, especially sons, is what keeps up this toxic cycle. Saying you hate men and expressing how useless they are will be soaked in by the little ones. Boys in particular will be confused about themselves, most likely will start to hate themselves while also having some kind of resentment towards you, taking it out on women as adults and becoming the very men you so callously expressed you hated. Darling, as feminine women, we have the power to change this. Making ourselves easy prey doesn't do us any kind of justice. If you aren't aware, there is a problem with hypersexualization being shoved down our throats and is being disguised as women empowerment. Don't get me wrong, sex is a beautiful thing, especially as a healed woman. But when there is no sensuality and your personality is solely based on being a warming, pulsating male masturbator, you're allowing different energies to disrupt your peace of mind and spirit. You lose your sense of dignity and therefore your self-respect. Honey, you are more powerful and fulfilled in your feminine. If you choose to sleep around, that is your business. But I encourage any woman, no matter if she is a conservative, promiscuous kitten or a sex worker, to conduct themselves in a mysterious, sensual, elusive, divine way, because you want to be unforgettable, not regrettable. Anyway, hypersexualization can lead to anxiety and depression. When there is no sense of value, one will dwindle away in despair, questioning their very existence. How is a woman to feel good about herself when all she sees on social media is a glorification of WAP with no type of personality or original thought? How do you think this culture is affecting young girls? It's setting them up for failure and misery. And sweetie, that is what these dusties want. They want us to act like men, just to feel like they have the upper hand, since competing with actual men is too much for them. That's my intake on femininity and feminism. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow my Insta and Twitter at Adenium. Mwah. Until next time, darling.